morning, everybody. Danny, fabulous. Young lady, what is this?
This is my certificate that I have passed the driving test today. So yearly, yeah.
And don't be shy to say you've done it on the first attempt.
On my first attempt,
yes,
and I
so-
couldn't be any happier.
Yes, you were happily crying at the end.
Yes.
It is really, really lovely achievement. Couple of minors you get, which is absolutely fine. What gives us an extra pleasure, we have to mention it. Your sister, Romina, had a very bad experience. So you guys, if you like, have a look at my channel. There is a situation explaining how you can complain if you have any bad experience with the examiners. So unfortunately, somebody ruined her tests. We're waiting for her next test. But for us, for her, for you, for me, was a big, big moment.
Yeah.
And then you handled the pressure very well because it wasn't easy. How was it?
First of all, I think it's about building the trust, and with Zsolt it was really easy to build the trust on how I come from a country where we do not have all these roundabouts, all of what you see here in your driving lessons. It was like starting all over again.
You have your license back
I have
in
my
Argentina.
license back in
so that's a
Argentina.
different driving culture. So you would need to teach me in Argentina how
Right.
to drive. It's so
Everything is different.
Exactly. So absolutely.
So I think a good thing is about building the trust and feeling comfortable. Aside from my sister commenting on Zsolt, I was able to feel comfortable around him. So that's why I stayed, because I think we manage a great communication. What I would say on looking for a driving instructor is feel comfortable and feel that he understands where you're standing and from where you start.
And the background
following
is very
on the-
important.
on the steps.
Having this, I always say it's like you have to have software update in your head.
Yes.
Because it is your blood, it is your system, how you drive back home.
Yes.
And then we need to adjust it. We need to adapt it to this country.
Yes, exactly. Totally different.
Now, when you
in
go
different
home,
side.
then while you go home, then you
Yes.
will be struggling a little
That will
bit.
be.
Okay, thank you very much. So we started to work together. Obviously, we worked a lot and we worked very hard. And do you have any key moment? I remember one day we even had to stop for ice cream because you were totally
Yes.
overwhelmed and
Yeah.
then you couldn't cope any longer. And I said, now we need to better to stop, have an ice cream, have a break, because you couldn't take more. You
Yeah.
probably had a day. So what was it, if you remember that one?
Yeah, I had a really rough week at work, so I was tired also. In that case, I would have not gone out with the car because I knew I was going to make some mistake, and at some point was really overwhelming. That was also a good thing to see, okay, until what point I can push myself. And I cried and I felt totally comfortable crying here.
But look, that's a normal, and
yes.
that's important for this side as well to recognize that we need to stop it
Yes.
and then give you a little bit of peace, and then next time we continued.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So that was I think it was a very important moment for you as well.
I'm really perfectionist.
Yes, I recommend to everybody watch the video, the 5 killers of the driving test. It's very important because you will see yourself in some points. Yes, that's me. That rings the bell. Okay, so it was important not to push you furthermore because we would kill your further development. So we had to make sure now we finishing this in a good way, having ice cream, and then I drove you home. But then in the last couple of weeks, we started to do the mock tests.
The mock tests,
Okay,
yes.
so how do you record the mock tests?
Well, at first it was, you put yourself in mock test mode and looking forward to the driving exam, and so you get really, at least for me, really nervous. The first couple of mock tests were not so good.
It's always bad.
It's always bad.
Yes, because look, it's a reflection. Because until that moment, you have the safety net.
Yes.
But then suddenly it's gone. Nobody's helping you. Nobody's
Exactly.
giving you
You're on your own.
Exactly.
On your own. And then Zsolt mentioned that some of the candidates use some sort of like background noise, because when we were speaking through, not in exam mode, I was more relaxed.
Brilliantly, yes.
So I
told you
used
we need some little bit
music.
of distraction because it could help. And we tried, and the next mock test was 10 times better.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it was more. Even so, today I told the instructor, the examiner,
yes.
I was going to use some music really low, and he was okay with it.
By the low.
I felt more relaxed in that term, having something that you already know.
Comfort a little
Yes,
bit.
exactly.
Even the examiner asks you at the end, what is this one, if you don't mind to ask? He might going to buy the same music tracks. Okay, how was the test itself?
You told me it went by really quickly.
I told you, yes. It happened in a blink of an eye.
Yes, exactly. From the moment that you follow the sat nav and then doing your independence driving and then following the examiner calls. So it went by really, really quickly. I did identify two of the mistakes that the examiner
mentioned
it. They were mistakes that I can easily
That's the most
solve.
important thing. We identified, we realized that there were no serious words, so there was just two minor mistakes, but he was very kind to explain it to you, and the most important thing, you realized as well. So it wasn't, I don't remember. So that's very important to know. If we went wrong somewhere, we know we could have done better.
Yes.
And at the end, you had to do parallel parking.
I had
quite
to
a busy road, I have to say. I
parallel
was
parking.
constantly texting to your sister, Romina, hello, because I knew she was here with us. So I kept texting to her, and I said to her, is it parallel parking in a very busy road? But you nailed it. That was brilliant.
And good luck, I ask you.
At the beginning, yes, we
lesson,
recap just the routine, how to do it. Well done.
Then we did the emergency stop.
At the end.
And then parking on the left on a safe place.
That's it. Yes, that was. You followed the sat nav, so it was also very, very useful. What would you say to the next one? In terms of, for instance, you said with the instructor, how do they need to approach the driving test? Little nerve is always important because that makes us more alert, but we don't want to be over nervous.
Right. What I would say is that, trust your instructor when they told you that you are ready. Don't rush, because once you start rushing, you're sort of like making the mistakes. Go with the confidence you are doing your best.
And that was also very important. The lovely examiner that was with us today, he said at the beginning, don't be nervous, darling. Just do as you would do on your driving lesson. That's what I say on the 5 Killers video. So don't change your mindset. Don't change your driving style. Just you do it with your instructor. I was sitting behind you, and then somebody just sits here because you're not allowed to drive alone. So you did exactly the same. So that was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, the good thing about the mock test is sort of like, aside from putting you in the situation of an exam, you sort of like create that atmosphere. So if you can keep it during the exam with your music, with your instructor, with you there, you will go more confident because you already know your
subject.
Exactly. No. And the atmosphere.
Kind of subject. So when they're asking you to do this or this, it's kind of small project, small subject you need to deliver in. I told you at the beginning, you don't have any weakness. You don't need to be too nervous because you can do whatever they ask you to do it. So, Danny, what would you like to wish to the next one?
All the luck in the world. Be confident. Trust your instructor, and I hope everyone, each of you, pass. And if you don't pass, don't worry, because the next time will be better.
Thank you very much. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you so much.
And me, thank you. And then we look forward to have Romina's test get done as well. Thank you very much. Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.